Hi, my name is Alanis Jang, and we'll be going over 2009 AP Calculus AB for response question number 1. So Karen rides her bicycle along a straight road from home to school, starting at home at t equals 0 minutes and arriving at school at t equals 12 minutes. During the time interval 0 to 12 minutes, her velocity in miles per minute is modeled by the piecewise linear function whose graph is shown above. So for part A, it says find the acceleration of Karen's bicycle at time t equals 7.5 minutes. Indicate units of measure. So velocity at 7.5 minutes, acceleration. So acceleration at 7.5 minutes is equivalent to the derivative of the velocity at 7.5 minutes. So you'll be using the mean value theorem to find the answer. So you're going to find the velocity of 8 minus the velocity at 7 minutes over 8 minus 7 minutes. So you can see by the graph that velocity of 8 at 8 minutes is 0.2 and the velocity at 7 minutes is 0.3. So 0.2 minus 0.3 over 1 is equals negative 0.1, and that will be in miles over minutes squared. So the point there is the actual answer, so negative 0.1 and with units. So that's your second point, is the indication of units. So there gives you 2 points. And for part B, it says using correct units, explain the meaning of the integral from 0 to 12 of the absolute value of velocity dt in terms of Karen's trip. Find the value of this. So you can say the integral from 0 to 12 v over t dt is the total distance Karen rode from 0 to 12 minutes. And then find the value. So you go 0 to 12, integral from 0 to 12 of the velocity equals, so you can look at the graph and you can tell that from 0 to 2 it's positive. So you go integral from 0 to 2 v of t dt, and then right here it shows from time 2 to 4 it's negative, so you're going to minus because of the absolute value. So you go from integral from 2 to 4 v of t dt, And then from 4 to 12, it's positive, so you're going to add it. So from integral from 4 to 12, v of t dt. So by looking at the graph, you can see from 0 to 2, it's going to be 0.2. So 0.2. And from 2 to 4, it's also 0.2. So you're minusing 0.2. Minusing 0.2. And then you're going to add from 4 to 12. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 squares plus, so that's 1.1 plus 1.5, or sorry, plus the half right here and here, so that would be 1.1 plus 0.3, so you have 1.4, and that equals 1.4 miles. So the points right here are the explanation, so the total distance Karen rode from 0 to 12 minutes, and also the value. So the value would be 1.4 miles, and that's worth 2 points. Part C says, shortly after leaving home, Karen realizes she left her calculus homework at home and returns to get it. At what time does she turn around and go back home? And give a reason for your answer. Okay, so it says that she turns around and go back home. So basically, when does she change directions? So at t equals 2, she changes directions because her velocity is changing from positive to negative. So you can say Karen changes velocity from positive to negative. And that's worth 2 points also, so 1 would be your answer, so 2 minutes, t equals 2 minutes, and then the explanation, so Karen changes velocity from positive to negative would be your second point. In D, it says Larry also rides his bicycle along a straight road from home to school in 12 minutes. His velocity is modeled by the function w given by w of t equals pi over 15 sine pi over 12t, where w of t is in miles per minute from 0 to 12 minutes. Who lives closer, Karen or Larry? Show the work that leads to your answer. So you're gonna find we're gonna find Larry's distance from the school first. So you'd go 0 to 12 w of t dt. So you're going to find the antiderivative. And this, all of this, part B, C, and D are definite integrals. And also for part C, you're mostly looking at the graph and figuring out, or you have to know like velocity and in terms of the graph. So for this, you're finding the antiderivative. So the antiderivative of pi over 15 sine pi over 12t would be, so you can take out the pi over 15 and then keep the sine of pi over 12t, and this would equal pi over 15 multiplied by negative cosine pi over 12t over pi over 12. And that would be from 0 to 12. So you can go pi over 15 time multiplied by negative cosine and plug in 12, so that would be pi divided by pi over 12. And then you're going to minus pi over 15 negative cosine of 0 over pi over 12. And that equals, so negative cosine of pi is just 1. So you're doing pi over 15. Oh, that's multiplied by 12 over pi. And then minusing, so negative cosine of 0 is negative 1. So you got pi over 15 multiplied by negative 12 over pi. And that is, so that's just 12 over 15, 12 over 15, which is 0.8. And then you're going to minus negative 0.8 also, which equals 1.6 miles. So that's how far Larry's distance is from the school. And then we're going to find Karen's. So that's 0 to 12 v of t dt. And you can find that by looking at the graph. So you're going to calculate all of this, all of it. So you have 0.2 for the 0.2, and then you're going to minus, because this is negative, 0.2. And then you're going to add from 4 to 12, so that's all positive, it's 1.4. So you get 1.4 miles. So you can say, since she lives 1.4 miles away from the school and Larry lives 1.6 miles away from the school, you can say Karen lives closer to the school. And that's worth 3 points. The points come from the integral, using integrals, and then also the value of Larry's, so 1.6 miles. And that's 2 points right there. And the last point is Karen's distance from the school and your conclusion. So Karen lives closer, that's your conclusion, and that's worth 3 points. So overall, it's all worth 9 points. The first A being 2 points, B being 2 points, C being 2 points, and D being 3 points. And there you go.